I want you to see the difference. Do you know that if you drink it, go stay in the sun for some time, you actually feel like you're drunk. Like literally you feel like you're drunk. So this porridge is a traditional beer. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Makena J, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do. So today what we are making, my grandma is showing me how to make the famous Meru porridge called Kerario. So this is a video that I took in December, but I don't know, up to now I haven't uploaded it. I haven't finished editing it, but we have to do this. So the first thing you wanna do is ensure that everything is clean. So these are the things that we'll be using: a gourd, for a traditional gourd. So my grandma was telling me it is not a must to clean this stone, but I don't know, I just felt I needed to do this. So I decided to clean it up. So this is a stone that we will be using. We will also be having some traditional gourds. What else? A traditional pot made out of clay, because everything that we are making here today is traditional. This is a traditional porridge, and if you come to Meru and not take this porridge, I don't know which part of Meru you've been. So stay tuned, show this video some love, because we're going to do this. So what we are using to prepare our porridge is something called millet. Okay, you can use a lot of things like maize. You can also use sorghum, or you can mix them, all of them together. So this is how my grandma is doing it. So I know most of you commonly cook porridge with where you boil water and then you put already prepared unga, but here we will be preparing everything from scratch. This is the most cool thing about preparing this porridge. So I want to take you step by step, because I want you to see everything. So of course my grandma is experienced in preparing this porridge. You can see that she's not young, of course. Yes, so you might be asking yourself, what do we call this porridge? I know at the beginning of the video I said it's called Kerario, but it's commonly referred to as Osoro wa Mokio. And this is a porridge, a traditional porridge that is prepared by both Kikuyus and also Merus. Me being a child that is lucky to grow in two cultures, it comes from both ethnicities. So it is commonly used in ceremonies like circumcision, marriage. Yes. So the first thing, of course, this is what we will be using to prepare this porridge. This stone, I don't know where they get this stone, and some calabashes. Do you know that calabashes grow from the shamba? This basket that you can see my grandma touching here, it is used to harvest millet. They are the ones that were being used to harvest millets, as per what my grandma said. Do you know that calabashes are grown in the shamba? Like they are literally grown in the shamba, and this is the end result. You can decorate them as you want. So what we will be doing here, we have to grind this millet against the two stones, the bigger stone and the smaller stone. You grind until, this is the first step, you just grind it like this for the entire millet. This is what you can see. This is what you're looking at. Traditionally, when there were no posho mills, this stone was used to grind a lot of things like maize, like sorghum, and they would use that like it was a local portion meal. But this is so tiresome, you guys. Like, it is not easy. You can tell that I'm not experienced here, but my grandma, she's a pro. She's doing it so perfectly as compared to me, because this is actually my first time doing this. So you should take your time to learn from the old people, spend time with them, because most of these things might get lost if we don't learn them. That is why I'm making this video for you today. So this is my younger cousin. You can see she's a little bit used to it, yes. And she's doing it so perfectly, but not like my grandma. My grandma is perfect in this. You can tell there's a difference in this millet that is grinded. So after grinding, after that first step, you wanna now remove some chaff, the little, I don't know, this is what my grandma told me. We should winnow it and remove some chaff that is remaining. And am I trying? So of course my grandma is doing this like a pro. You can't compare. Like, look at that, you guys. That's why I'm telling you, let's learn. That's why this video is here for you. So now we're getting down to it. Put some water in a pot, and this is where we will be putting the millet. So this is just among the, I would say this is the second step now, before we now go to the real process. So this is a traditional pot made from clay, and it's freshly washed right now. So the millet is put inside the water before you can start the second process, which here, this now is the whole thing. So what my grandma will be doing is getting it from the pot, putting it on the stone and grinding it. This process can take a lot of time because you have to grind and grind the porridge until it becomes really soft. We are at a stage that if you do anything wrong here, you will like destroy the entire porridge. I asked my grandma an important question that I know most of you might be asking yourselves. Why millet and not anything else? What she said is that millet was what was traditionally used, but nowadays people go in with sorghum and maize, and nowadays even there are portion meals that make this porridge. Yes, and I have taken both. I have drunk porridge from a portion meal. I have drunk porridge from this stone, and what I can say, I don't think there's a difference, because if you just grind it so well with the stone, like, I think it tastes better, but the portion meal one is kind of more fine. So I don't know, what do you think in the comment section? Just educate me if you know about this osoro wa morario. So you can see, for those who doesn't know, millet is kind of greenish, and from this video you can tell the color on the stone, it's kind of greenish, not white. So my grandma is really doing a good job at this, and she's really getting tired. Yes, you can tell, but she got this. She's a strong woman. Here we are working with the experience, not naysayers or something like that. So she will keep getting the millet from the pot and grind it really, really hard. So you have to keep repeating this process. You can tell there's a difference with the millet that's in the sufuria and the millet that's on the stone. Can you tell the difference? So this is just the first step. It has not become fine. It is not even close. You have to work. There's nothing good that comes easy. kutengeneza hii uji sio rahisi. And let me show you a close shot of the color of the millet. Can you see that? It's greenish in color if you don't know. So it's so cute on the stone. Like it looks so cool. So the first round is done for grinding the millet, but it is not fine yet. It is not even close. So we will return it in the pot and return it to the, take small amount, put it on the stone and keep grinding. So from your place, what do you make? What can you make? People from Western Kenya, Kalejins and Masais, I know you make mulsik, of which I would love to see such kind of things on YouTube, and I would love someone to teach me. Like mulsik tastes so good, but our traditional porridge tastes better. People who have drunk, who have taken this porridge know. They know. Most people most people don't know about this porridge, but those who know, they'll be like, oh, before we talk a Meru, before you come out of Meru, please bring me that porridge. Sijui nini. Like most people that know about it know this is gold, hidden gold. Like, oh my god, if you haven't tasted this porridge, like you're missing out. Another thing I would like to say, for those who doesn't understand what osuru wa mokio means, it means fermented porridge. So after this entire thing, you can see we keep returning it into the pot. This clay pot is actually broken, and we decided to use it to make this world thing more traditional, appealing. Like, I don't know. So do you know that there are places that actually sell this porridge? Like, it's uniquely selling just this fermented porridge because people love it so much and not many people know how to make it, or maybe some people find it so tiresome to go and make it themselves. So there are some shops around here in Meru, but I don't know about, even Nairobi there are, I know. So if you feel that you can't make this porridge, you can go to the posho mill, or you can go and buy from those places, those small shops that usually do sell this kind of porridge. Anyways, let's get back to this whole thing. I want you to see the difference. It's now getting fine. It's now getting fine and fine and fine. Like, no, this thing is so cool. Imagine making porridge from a stone. Can you imagine that? Like, Africans, we make magic for real. Like, we can make magic with our hands. Can you see the difference? It's getting fine, and I think the color is also changing. Can you notice that? So I would like to ask you something. Is this something that you can make? Is it something that you can make from your home? I don't know where you can get this stone. I don't know, but I'm sure there are some people that sell this kind of stones, and they are so fragile, by the way. If you don't take care of it, it can break. So you have to take really good care of this stone, because it is precious, because it can make nice things like fermented porridge. So at this point we are done. So we are almost going to the last part. So before we get to that part, let me tell you something funny about this fermented porridge. Do you know that if you drink it, go stay in the sun for some time, you actually feel like you're drunk. Like literally you feel like you're drunk. So I tend to think this porridge is a traditional beer. And there's also another one called, I can't remember the name, but there's a song for it, and that one is actually a traditional beer, like no capping. But this one, it's called porridge, but if you drink it and go the wrong way, hey my friend. So at this point we are going now to cook it. So we are done preparing it, and now we want to cook it. Do you know how satisfying it is just to do this? Like, this is so satisfying, and I'm so impressed. Like, my grandma, wow, like this is so amazing. Oh my god. Like, now I know how to make it. I know how to prepare the raw thing from scratch. So we are going to cook it. Hapa wanasemanga ni mrefu. I think it has too much water, but I don't know, unless if my grandma says this is okay and I didn't ask it. But look at it. It looks so rich in minerals, you guys. Like, look at that. So we are now going to cook it. Make some fire, of course. We make some fire and cook it. So there are some things that I want you to learn. After you're done preparing the porridge, you can cook it and put it in a calabash, or you can put it in a calabash and be cooking small amounts as you want. So fermentation comes from putting the porridge in the calabash, and the longer it stays in the calabash, the more fermented it can be, and the quicker it can make you feel like you're drunk. But it has such a sour taste. And so another thing that I would like to teach you, one thing is that Kenyans, most ethnicities in Kenyans, take circumcision rites very seriously, and Meru is one of the people that takes circumcision seriously. So one thing, from day one, the person that is circumcised, they have a special house that is built, and it has some banana leaves, and every day they have to take this porridge. Like, when there's a circumcision happening in your homestead, or if you're from Meru, this porridge cannot lack from day one to the day of the ceremony. Like, this porridge must be there. I don't know why, unless if there's someone that knows, can tell us in the comment section, but it is always there in circumcision ceremonies. Like, it is a must. Like, even women from the neighborhood can even, most of them bring like this porridge carried in calabashes on their backs. Like, this is what they give during that period. I don't know what to call that period. Like, if you know about this, just educate us in the comment section. We are here to learn from each other. Like, I don't know everything. I'm here just to teach you how to make this porridge. Anyways, you can see what my grandma is doing. Like, she's so experienced. Like, oh my god, this is just wow. So she's this thing that she's doing with the hands, and then after this we'll just put the porridge in a calabash. Another fascinating thing for me, you see this thing that is in the other sufuria, I don't know what to call it, but it is cut from a small calabash. It is the ones that used to, like, it is really helpful in this whole process. I'll be using it to put the porridge from the sufuria to the inside the calabash, and you can also use it to drink this traditional porridge. And me, I'm always so fascinated by things that are just touching the African culture. Like, I don't want like myself to lose this culture. So I really love this thing. I don't know what to call it. Just educate me in the comment section. So another thing is that you can use the ikifuniko ya calabash. You can use it to drink this porridge. I don't know. It tastes better when it's there than in a cup. We are not losing these cultures, I'm telling you. So you can see there are calabashes of different sizes based on the amount of porridge that you're making. So this porridge is not a lot, but these calabashes were so helpful as props for this video. At this point, we are done. And now we are going to taste the fruits of our labor. This is so sweet. Look at how cute this thing is. It's decorated. You can actually decorate a calabash the way you want it. This one is decorated with some colors, just the way you want it. I hope you've come to this far of this video, because this video is so educative, by the way. And yeah, you can decorate the calabash just as you wish, just as you want. Just be creative with it. So what I can say is that this porridge tastes really nice. It is really nice. Everyone approves. So of course, this porridge it is like brings communities together. So it's good to share with other people, with everyone. But this one is not fermented yet. It's supposed to stay for some days, but people here cannot wait. Like, even its natural state, it's so sweet. If you have come to this end, thank you so much for watching. Love you.